Okay, hi students, how are you? I hope you are doing well and preparing well for your CAT exam. So we are back here at the Ekoching platform with the FanCATstic5 having the topic number system where we would be discussing some concepts, discussing some good questions which are going to come in the CAT exam. You know, sometimes we see a students, they say, sir, क्या करें क्वांट में कि हमारा स्कोर आ जाए 99 प्लस परसेंटाइल. सो वी से बेटा आपका अरिथमेटिक भी है, नंबर सिस्टम भी है, ज्योमेट्री भी है, कितना पढ़े हम. बट अगर हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस को ही पिक कर लें विच विल हेल्प यू टू रीच टू योर एम कॉलेज. How we can reach? By scoring more and more, or I can say by scoring 99 plus percentile in the CAT exam. And as we all know, CAT is the mother exam of all the MBA entrance exams. So today at this platform, we would be looking towards the 5 questions. As it's na, FanCATstic5 means 5 questions which we will be discussing now, and that may help you, or that will definitely help you to learn some concepts here while doing the question. So let's start with the questions which we are going to discuss today. So here is the first question on your screen. Now the question is, find the number of pairs lying between 35 and 95 having HCF as 15. So now I request all of you to pause this video for 2 minutes and just try to solve this question. So let's get back and see how to solve this kind of question. Now this question will use the property of HCF and LCM. So whenever we find the HCF or LCM between the two numbers, what we see, suppose if I denote HCF with H and the two numbers be A and B, this A can be written as H into X and B can be written as H into Y. So if I take out this H or HCF out, then these two numbers X and Y must be co-prime to each other. So the same logic we are going to use for this particular question. The question says, find the number of pairs lying between 35 and 95 having HCF as 15. The very first thing we would be writing all the multiples of 15 between 35 and 95. So see, 15 into 1, 15, into 2, 30, into 3, 45, into 4, 60, into 5, 75, into 6, 90. So basically we have 4 numbers here which are multiple of 15. Now if I take out 15 common, or I should write this number as the product of two numbers in such a way it must be 15 and something else. So this 45 will be written as 15 into 3. I hope is it okay? Now 60 as 15 into 4. This number 75 as 15 into 5, and this 90 as 15 into 6. I hope this thing is clear to all of you. Now, with the number 45, only that number or that pair I can make which are co-prime to each other. If we got 15 common, now see, 3 and number 4 are co-prime to each other. So 45 can be paired with 60. Similarly, this 3 and 5 are co-prime. So 45 and 75 will be a such pair. But number 3 and 6 are not co-prime, as 3 is the common multiple there. That pair will be eliminated. Now moving with the next one, 60 and 75. Yes, 4 and 5 are co-prime. So this pair can also be considered 60 and 75. But 4 and 6 in 60 and 90 are not co-prime. This will be eliminated. Moving further, for the number 75, 5 and 6 are co-prime, so this pair is also considered, and we'll get the 4 possible pairs 45, 60, 45, 75, 60, 75, 75, 90. So that means for this particular question, we have 4 pairs possible. So what we have learned? We have learned the basic of HCF and LCM, and from that we can solve this kind of question. Now, sir, kahan se padhe? So for this thing, you can visit our platform Ekoching, where you can see even the free videos to learn all this basic. So I hope this thing is clear to all of you. So here comes the next question, again from the concept of HCF and LCM. The question, a pendulum strikes 5 times in 3 seconds and another pendulum strikes 7 times in 4 seconds. If both pendulums start striking at the same time, how many clear strikes can be listened in 1 minute? So please just pause your video. I hope you have tried this question and now see how to approach, how to get a proper answer here. Now, as the question says, the one pendulum, the first pendulum, it strikes 5 times in 3 seconds. So can I say it would be striking 1 time in 3 by 5 seconds? And as we know, in 1 minute, we have 60 seconds. So in 60 seconds, it would be striking 60 by 3 into 5, 100 times. So this pendulum will be striking 100 times in 60 seconds. Another pendulum strikes 7 times in 4 seconds. So it is given, it strikes 7 times in 4 seconds. Or I can say, to strike first time, for the first time, it takes 4 by 7 seconds. So therefore, in 60 seconds, it would be striking 60 by 4 into 7 times, which is 104 times. So can I say 100 times plus 105 times? Totally, your answer would be 205 times. But the twist is, this answer is wrong. Yes, together they both strikes for 205 times. 100 times, 105 times. But what does the question ask? You will hear the clear strike. So there would be a certain time when these two would be striking together. So we have to minus those number. Now how to get this number? So you would have studied that whenever we find LCM or HCF of fraction, we use some property. So using that property, that LCM of A by B and C by D can be calculated by LCM of numerators upon HCF of denominators. So what we have? For one time, this take 3 by 5 seconds. And this one take 4 by 7 seconds. So we need to find LCM of these two numbers. So how I would be doing? I would be taking LCM of numerators. So 3 and 4 will give me a LCM 12. And HCF of denominators, which is 5 and 7, it will be 1. So we get LCM as 12. So in every 12th second, they will strike together. So in 1 minute or in 60 seconds by 12, for 5 times they would be striking together. So what we need to do now? This 205 minus 5. So for 200 times you will hear the clear strike. This was the question they were asking, and in the exam you will get all these options. आपको 5 भी option मिलेगा, आपको 205 भी option मिलेगा if it is option based. So please read the language of the question carefully. This is the most important thing while doing the CAT paper. I hope this thing is clear to all of you. So now moving towards our next question of today. Now the question is in your screen. The question is, find the number of perfect squares less than 2500 which will leave remainder 7 when divided by 9. So I request all of you to pause your video for 2 minutes and just try to attempt this question, or take 5 minutes. Just try to attempt. Okay, so let's get back to this question. I hope you would have tried to approach. So what we would be facing? Sir, हमें LCM का मॉडल तो आता है कि when the number divided by 9 leaves remainder 7, we can calculate. Or I can say we are using the property of remainders here. When any number n is divided by 9, leaving the remainder 7. But here the question, we need to find number of perfect squares less than 2500. So here we must be knowing the properties of square and square root. So this number 2500, if you see, it's a perfect square. It's a perfect square of which number? It's a perfect square of 50. So we need to find till 50 how many numbers are there whose square when divided by 9 will leave the remainder 7. Now the very first thing which will come to our mind, so do we need to solve till 50 all the numbers, or till 49 all the numbers? No. We have to make a cycle. We have to look at the concept what the question is demanding. So whenever a number is divided by 9, suppose if I divide a number 2 by 9, it will give you a remainder of 2. Similarly, 2 plus 9, 11. If you divide 11 by 9, it will also give you a remainder of 2. So that means it could be any number. When you are dividing by 9, this remainder must be 7. This is the demand of this question. So we'll try till square of 8. Because after the 9, your cycle will definitely repeat. So let's look at this question now. Okay. So starting with the number 1, you all know 1 square is 1. When you will divide by 9, you will get the remainder 1. 2 square, which is 4, on dividing by 9 will give you the remainder 4. 3 square, which is completely 9, on dividing by 9 will give you the remainder 0. Similarly, 4 square is 16, on dividing by 9 will give you the remainder 7, which is the demand of the question. 5 square, 25, dividing by 9 will also give you remainder 7. Wow, we have got 2 numbers here. Now 6 square, dividing by 9 will give you remainder 0. 7 square, 49, dividing by 9 will give you a remainder 4. And 8 square, 64, dividing by 9 will give you a remainder 1. Now if you look at this cycle, 1, 4, 0, 7. Now repeat, 7, 0, 4, 1. So what I can conclude here, I can make a general form कि it can be like 9m plus 4. These numbers I will get, and also 9m plus 5. These are the numbers I would be getting, and m is a whole number here. Considering this general form must be less than 50, as the question says less than 2500, the perfect squares, and this 2500 is the square of 50. So yes, so now we can do this question in 30 seconds now. So this 9m plus 4, when I put n as 0, I would be getting 4, then 4 comma 9, 13, then 22, 31, 40 and 49 from this. And this 9m plus 5 is going to give you 5 plus 9, 14, 14 plus 9, 23, plus 9, 32, plus 9, 41. Plus 9 is 50, but that 50 will not be considered as the question says less than. So we can count the numbers now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 such numbers whose square when divided by 9 will give you the remainder 7. A complete approach from numbers where even not a single formula is used, but still this question is very important from MBA entrance exam point of view. Now again that thing will come to mind, sir basics kahan se kare? That's what I am saying. In basics ke liye you can visit our website, you can download the app where all these basics and even the free videos are given. You can just go and register there and you can go through all the concepts. Here is the question on your screen. If product of three numbers is 9801, how many such pairs are possible? One of the very good question for CAT, for theta base. So again, I request you to pause your video for 2 or 3 minutes and just try this question. Okay, so let's get back to this question. Now, this question says the product of three numbers is 9801. So that means that three numbers could be any number, A into B into C. I can just take A into B into C are such numbers. And we need to find how many pairs this A, B and C, they will exist the value. And their product must be 9801. Now the very first thing I need to do, I need to convert this number into a prime factorization form. If you know the squares, you would be knowing this 9801 is the square of 99. And 99 can be written as 11 into 9, or we would be getting 11 square into 3 की power 4 in a prime factorization form. So yes, A into B into C must be equal to 11 square into 3 power 4. So that means this A and B and C can be 1 or must be carrying any power of 11, just 0 क्यों ना हो, 1 क्यों ना हो, या maximum 2. And in case of 3, it can lie from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that means I can write this A as 11p into 3x and this B as 11q into 3y and this C as 11r into 3 की power z. So in ABC जहां हम लोगों ने 11 को यूज किया है, I have just used the power p, q, r. And here I am getting 2. So can I say this P plus Q plus R must be equal to 2? Similarly, in case of 3, we have used the powers x, y and z. So that means this x plus y plus z must be equal to this 4. सर इसको कैसे सॉल्व करें? They can take any value. यहाँ पे 0 भी आ सकता है, 1 भी आ सकता है, maximum 2 will come. Here 0 से लेके 4 तक कुछ भी आ सकता है. So here comes the importance of permutation topic, where we need to find the non-negative integers. I am again saying where we need to find non-negative integers. Now how we can find those things in less than 10 seconds? So we have done that topic in the P and C part. So I'm just giving you a short here how to do. Whenever you need to find non-negative, you can just use this formula n plus r minus 1 cr minus 1 to get how many pairs would be there. Now what is this n? This n is the sum given. And this r, the number of variables we are using. So in this p plus q plus r equal to 2, the value for the n we would be having is 2. And number of variables that is in this formula r is p plus q plus r. So we have 3. So this turns to be 2 plus 3 minus 1 c 3 minus 1. Which is equal to 4c2. So solving this thing, you would be getting 6 pairs. Similarly, I will solve for x plus y plus z is equal to 4. So we would be getting 4 plus 3 minus 1c, 3 minus 1, which is equal to 6c2. On solving, this will give you 15. Now, this a or b or c is a multiple of power of some power of 11 and some power of 3, and means multiply. So this 6 into 15, as we know, this thing is 90. So that means for this particular question, 90 such pairs are possible. So yes, the answer of this question will be 90, and it can be a theta based question in the CAT exam where the options will not be there and we just have to type the answer. I hope this thing is clear to all of you. We need to find the highest power of 2, which does not contain power of 200 in 200 factorial. Again, a very important concept. So again, I request you to pause this video for 2 or 3 minutes and try to solve this question. Okay, so let's get back to this question and let's learn the concept how to approach. The question demands we need to find the highest power of 2, which does not contain power of 200 in 200 factorial. Now, we have done this topic in the class. Even you can see in the recordings, we have done this thing. We need to find highest power of any number in any factorial number. The same thing we would be doing here. So what we need to do, first of all, we'll find the power of 2 in 200 factorial. So what we would be doing, we'll start dividing this 200 by 2. Now this gives you 100. Again dividing by 2, we have to write only the quotients here. So dividing this by 2, this will give you 50. Now dividing this by 2 will give you 25. 25 divided by 2, quotient will be 12, not 12.5. हमें remainders की बात ही नहीं करेंगे. We just have to write only the quotients. Now dividing this 12 by 2 will give you 6. Dividing this 2 will give you 3. Dividing this 2 will give you 1. So we need to get that value which is less than this 2, and we get 1 here. So now we have to add all these quotients. 100 plus 50 plus 25 plus 12 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1. So if you add all these numbers, you would be getting 150, 175, 187, 193, 196, 197. So that means in this number 200 factorial, the number of 2's are 197. Is this the answer? Is this the correct answer? No. The question demands we need to find that highest power of 2 which does not contain power of 200 in 200 factorial. And how this 200 is made? This 200 is made by some power of 2 and some power of 5. So this can be made by 2 cube into 5 square. So that means right now we also need to find some powers of 5 and then remove those powers which comes in this 200. So now similarly we'll divide this 200 by 5 to remove those powers of 200. So dividing this 200 by 5 will give you 40. This will give you 8. 8 on dividing by 5 will give you quotient 1. As I told you now, we just need to write only the quotients here. So this 40 plus 8 plus 1. We have 49 fives. Number of fives are 49. But how this 200 will be made? When we'll take 2 fives together, so that means again dividing this 49 by 2, क्योंकि we need pair of 2 fives together, so we get 24 as a quotient here. We get 24 as a quotient here. So 5 squares, number of 5 squares or number of 25s will be 24. Similarly, I need to find this thing. 24 मेरे को क्या चाहिए? 2 into 2 into 2. And one this contain 3 2s to make it 8. To make 24 8s. So 24 into 3. 24 into 3. This 72 number of 2s will be used here. This 72 number of 2s will be used in 200. So question क्या पूछ रहा है? Highest power of 2 which does not contain power of 200. So that means out of this total 197, out of this total 197 number of 2s, 72 will be used in this 200. So answer to our question will be 197 minus 72, which is equal to 125. So highest power of 2 which does not contain power of 200, 200 factorial will be 125. So yes, the CAT exam is all about the understanding the language of the question. So we need to learn what is the question, what is the language given, and what they are asking and what is given. So read all the things carefully in the question, and yes, अगर हम ध्यान से मेहनत करें, we can score 99.99 percentile in any of the 3 sections. I hope the things we have done today will be very, very helpful to you, and do revise them on a regular basis.